When you think of Amelia Island, what do you think of? Beautiful nature, nice beaches, the Ritz-Carlton? Well, what if I told you that this resort town island used to be a war zone and a high point of dispute for quite a while? Amelia Island had been inhabited by the local Timucuan tribe for centuries until the Spanish would drive them off the island. The island was first visited by French explorer Jean Ribault, who named it Ile de Mai. The French would settle the area and build Fort Caroline in what is now Jacksonville. The Spanish would take over Fort Caroline as well as Ile de Mai. Ile de Mai was renamed Isla de Santa Maria after the Santa Maria de Sena mission the Spaniards built there. In 1702, South Carolina colony would lead an invasion of Spanish Florida. Amelia Island would be put under British control, and the colonial governor and founder of Georgia, James Oglethorpe, renamed the island Amelia Island after Princess Amelia, daughter of English King George II. British troops would be withdrawn in 1742, and the area became a buffer zone between Britain and Spain. In 1763, the Treaty of Paris, which ended the French and Indian War, gave Britain Florida in exchange for Britain giving back Cuba to Spain. Under British rule, plantations were built which took up most of the island. The island was known as Egmont Island after Lord Egmont, who owned the plantation. Egmont and later his wife, who would inherit the plantation, would use slave labor to grow large amounts of indigo. During the American Revolution, loyalists in the South fled to Amelia Island and set up the settlement of Hillsborough. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris, a different one this time, gave Florida back to Spain and Amelia Island was abandoned. American rebels tried to take over the island but failed. In 1811, American surveyor J.F. Clark began to plan out the town of Fernandina, named after Spanish King Ferdinand, which is now one of the largest cities on the island. On March 16, 1812, former Georgia General George Matthews led a group of American insurgents called the Patriots of Amelia Island to invade Amelia Island and take it over. This action was approved by the U.S. Army and President James Madison, so as a result, American Navy gunboats surrounded the island of Spanish forces surrendered it to America. This was meant to be the first part of a plan for America to take over eastern Florida. This was during the War of 1812, and America abandoned the plan because it did not want to face a war with Spain during a war with Britain. In 1813, America began to negotiate the removal of American troops from the island. In 1817, a Scottish-born soldier named Gregor MacGregor, and yes, that was his name, led 150 men to take over Amelia Island. MacGregor would drive the Spanish off the island. He proclaimed the Republic of the Floridas and raised his Green Cross flag over the island. However, he had no money or reinforcements, so he and most of the soldiers left for the Bahamas. But he left a few soldiers to garrison the island. The Spanish would send gunboats to shell the island. The remainder of MacGregor's troops fired the Spanish cannons on Amelia Island at the gunboats, and the Spanish commander withdrew his ships because he was convinced that he could not take back the island. MacGregor's soldiers would bring in French pilot Louis-Michel Aury to lead the island. Aury created an administrative body to rule the island called the Supreme Council of the Floridas. He raised the flag of the ongoing revolution in Mexico over the island and called on all Floridians to rebel against Spanish rule. On December 23rd, the Americans ended Aury's short reign when they sent a naval force to the island, and it was given to America. In 1819, Spain would give Florida to America in the Adams-Onis Treaty. The Americans would build Fort Clinch in the north of the island. During the Civil War, on January 8, 1861, before Florida left the Union, a group of Confederate sympathizers called the 3rd Regiment of Florida Volunteers took over Fort Clinch. On March 3rd of 1862, 28 Union gunboats would retake the island. And that's where Amelia Island's history of war ends, and now it's a major beach town known for its nature and other things. I hope you enjoyed this video.